Hi, everybody. How is everybody doing? So happy to be here with you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this life healing and meditation. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Salome. Hi, Christine. Hi, Francesca. So nice to have you guys here. If you guys want to, you can write in the chat box where you're connecting from, or anything you would like to share with me. Hi, welcome. We will just give it a couple of minutes, just for more people to join, and then we'll go ahead and start with the teaching and the healing for today. Hi, Alicia. Nice to have you here. So how are you guys feeling? How are you feeling today? There's a lot going on in the energies. It has been so intense. Los Angeles, Oklahoma City. Oh, wonderful. Lubbock. Yes, we may feel the energies as waves. And yes, lack of sleep. A lot going on in the head as well, I'm feeling. Hi, Valerie. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Oh, so glad you guys could join. Yes. 3:33. Feeling broken. Okay, Felicia, we're going to do something about that today. Yeah. So you see, there are so many things that we're collectively going through. And I believe we are more feminine right now here, but also the masculine fields have been going through so much. Like, it's really, everything is just accelerating. Everything is just like it's like compressed. The way that I feel it and that I see it, it's like we're going through this very narrow kind of like cave or this passageway, this door, and it's very narrow. And the more we get in there, we get closer to coming to, the light, to coming onto the other side. But it also gets more and more compressed. So, similarly, when diamonds are being created, they need like a certain amount of pressure, right, to actually become diamonds and change their structure. So at a collective level and at an individual level, we're doing the same thing. So we're becoming more light, we're becoming more crystalline, and yes, and we're really kind of purifying and letting go of the old structures that we were carrying through our bodies, through our mind, through our emotions. Oh, happy birthday, Valerie. Hi, Robert. Nice to see you. Hi, Shay. Hi, Linda. Yeah, so we're really going through it both. And, sometimes as we feel this compression, as we feel this pressure, it's not to think, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? Or I'm going back into, the old ways, or, to come into, it's not to come into, discouragement, but to really like reassess, redirect ourselves and really focus on where we're going. and really keeping that very strongly in our hearts, in our minds. And yes, GJ, it is being polished. We're going through it. We're all getting very, very shiny and with lots and lots of beautiful grids that are activating around us in our bodies, creating new systems. And especially also as twin flames, we're coming to a place of really being, it's kind of like a little bit of being tested, of coming into our power. How much love can you hold in yourself to really be in a place of power, no matter how everything looks on the outside? No matter how your body may be reacting to other things, and no matter, the current emotional waves that we may be riding, that is all okay. That is part of what we're doing here. But always holding a very, very strong foundation inside, holding a very strong, beautiful structure inside, so that that can guide you and you can always come back to that. Yeah. So we're going to work on this crystalline structure, and it's more than crystalline. It actually goes into like very different textures, and each one of you have a different configuration. Each one of you hold a different pattern, a different grid system, a different it's kind of like holding your own dimension. So as we go through these huge gates, we actually adapt, and we have the opportunity to align our will to the divine will more. So there are like layers, as well as we peel the layers when we're healing. This is also constructing and building new layers, building new grids, building new ways of being, new ways of co-creating in the world, new ways of holding our energies, of holding our balance, and new ways even of holding our belief systems and our virtues and our gifts and talents, because they all come from our foundation, and they all are supported by this structure from within, this divine structure. So when we're aware of this, we can support ourselves better and create a stronger foundation for that structure to be held and to be built higher and to come out of whatever was holding us back, or whatever was feeling like interference in your fields, in your lives. And sometimes it's also, and this is also pertaining to this gate, to leave perhaps old relationships, and to, it's not that you're leaving them completely, but to give yourself a chance to build relationships from a new point of view, from a new foundation. So when we change our own structure and when we let ourselves grow, it's like, you become this beautiful tree. And perhaps when you were younger or smaller, you were hanging out, more close to the ground, and you had different kind of companions. And as you grow, you start to relate to other energies in your field. So in the same way, as we expand our consciousness and as we heal ourselves, as we anchor more love for ourselves, we start to anchor more love for one another. And we also start attracting the people who are doing the same thing. So we start attracting this community, or perhaps even just one or two people in your life that start to show up there, showing you how they are already in that place where you're currently at. So there is no need to explain. There is no need to, where you no longer feel like different or weird because you're talking about spirituality, but you can actually meet people and start to let these beings into your life that are actually holding the light in a similar way as you are. So every time we go up, even though we go through this pressure, we go through this release, we go through this purge, maybe, we're also leaving behind a lot of baggage. And when we leave that behind, we get this chance to receive new ways of support and guidance. And we also allow ourselves to receive our gifts more profoundly, the gifts that we always carry inside of us. But we finally start to make room for them to come up to the surface. So this is part of what we're doing here. And I think that the surface, or when we're going to start to see all of this come up to the surface, is from now until the Lion's Gate, which is going to be a very, very beautiful passage. And, I encourage all of you, if you don't know what to do, or whenever you feel like you're going through different sensations or symptoms, or when things are just perhaps looking very difficult outside, you can just come back inside and focus on your love. Focus on loving your soul. So it's not just, just saying, well, this is self-love, right? And I love myself. But it's really going deeper to really meeting your soul and to really looking inside of you and seeing, who are you really? What do you really want? Why are you here? And what is it that you're doing? And you don't have to know these questions right away, but you can start to ask them. I mean, you don't have to know the answers, but you can start to ask these questions. And that's the way you start communicating to your soul. And when you start acknowledging yourself as the soul starts to guide you. And everything becomes easier. And perhaps sometimes not even easier, sometimes it may even get more challenging, but you have like a new level of like armor, and a new level of tools, and a new level of magical things that you can use when things happen or when you need to. So when you commit to the light inside of you, you will never be left alone. You will never be left out in the cold. Even if the only thing that you can commit to is to loving yourself a little bit more every day, that's enough to get the whole engine started. That's like the little spark that starts to, make everything start to move in your life, in all aspects of your life, in the higher realms, but also in the physical dimension. So this is a message a lot for people who perhaps are going through a very, very hard time. And I feel a lot of compassion, for whoever is going through that. And I know it's really hard. And I know that sometimes, we just need to tell our story and to be held in that, and to know that, and we can be there as long as we need to be there. But knowing that there's always light on the other side. There's always somewhere to go. There's always transformation and transmutation of our current situation. So it doesn't matter how long we wish to stay there, or we decide to stay there, or if that is what we can do, that's okay. And then when we get this breath of fresh air again, because it will come. Then you will know, okay, now it's the time to move again. Now it's the time to rise again. And that's the way we actually move as human beings. And especially if you're a divine feminine, you have your ebbs and flows. You are like the ocean. You're so powerful, so, so powerful. And at the same time, you're so tender. And you're so transparent and translucid and pristine. The divine master brings a lot of grounding right. I see the divine masculine as these beautiful, very ancient trees, and as rocks also, in the ocean. And they're just holding a lot of things very steady right now for this transformation. So we're all playing a part in this. And oftentimes we do so much more than we actually know through the physical realms. And sometimes when you're dreaming, you're actually, healing others, or you're going to visit places, or you're going to retrieve your codes from other dimensions, other galaxies. There's a lot that goes on through the soul. That is why the more you love your soul and you spend time with your soul and you let your soul talk to you, show you the way, that's when you start to receive the messages. And that's when you're able to receive the guidance. And many times it's just a moment of stillness. Sometimes it's just closing your eyes for 5 minutes while you are in the midst of whatever you are in your day. And when you close your eyes those 5 minutes and breathe in, and just let your soul fill you up, let the divine fill you up, tell you what to do, where to go, what you need to know in that precise moment. You can bring all of your conscious awareness into your soul, into your body in that moment, and ground it. And when you do that, you're actually pulling your energy from the future and from the past into that present moment, and you become so much more powerful. You're able to face that moment or face that challenge in a very, very powerful way. Because one of the things that we have as a modern society, and one of the things that I see a lot through the healing work that I do and just in general in the world, is that we're often losing so much of our energy and so much of our focus. And of course, we have like 1,000 distractions out there, and we live busy lives, and we have things to do and places to be. But there is so much power when you actually start to become aware of your energy and where you're focusing your energy. Because where you focus your energy, it may replenish you or it may drain you. So you either gain energy or you lose energy. So what are the things about your day, perhaps about a week in your life? And at the end of the day, just write down a plus and minus list. Like, just go through the activities you did, go through the time you spent thinking about something or whatever you go through in your day, and just put it in under two categories, whether it takes energy from you or whether it replenishes your energy. So for example, it may be, I was reading a book. Okay, well, did that book make you feel replenished and good and nurtured while you were reading it? Yes, okay, then it gives you energy, right? Anything that makes you feel good, that makes you feel at peace, even that makes you feel kind of neutral, that's something that is actually providing you with energy. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Luna. Hi, Alyssa. Welcome, guys. Okay. And then in the other category, you have to, you don't have to, you can if you want. Just write down anything that you did, and after you did it, or after you were thinking about it, or after you were experiencing it, if you felt depleted, or you felt tired, or you felt drained, and just putting it in that list. So when you do this, it's a very, very basic and simple exercise, but it can actually be quite helpful to just start to notice in your life, where are you putting your energy? Where are you putting your focus? Where is your mind going? Because wherever our mind goes, our focus goes, that is where our energy goes. So seeing and taking into balance how this is serving you, or how this may be affecting you without you even really realizing. So sometimes when we, for example, worry about things too much, or when we have things that make us worry, the energy of worrying is very, very, very depleting. So, I think it's even the Dalai Lama that said something like, if you can't do anything about it, then why you're worrying, right? So, like, if you can fix it, fix it. But if you cannot, then why are you worrying about it? So it's kind of like that. All of the masters and the sages and, the Buddhists, the shamans here in Mexico, one of the primordial practices is to learn what gives you energy, find out what gives you energy, and find out what takes energy from you. And after you have a little bit of an idea of this, start to build your day around that which gives you energy. So incorporate more of those practices daily and more times a day than the others, and try to reduce the other practices as much as possible. And this will start to create like an energetic vortex. You start to create a bigger magnetic field, and you start to pull in more of those situations. So it's part of our co-creative nature that when we have more energy, we're able to create more. We're able to co-create with the world more. So we do this unconsciously all the time. But when you bring that consciousness into that, and you just make sure that you're receiving plenty of energy, that energy will start to act on your behalf. And you won't have to go look for it. You will just constantly be building it through your activities, through your day. So that is something that I think could be very beneficial, especially during this time. And also, taking it day by day and seeing what works for you now. And also in that, it can change in a while. Like after you start to receive more energy, perhaps these things, readjust, and perhaps something that before was depleting to you, it now starts becoming supportive, and vice versa. So these things can change, and they change especially when we're receiving more light. I get a lot of questions sometimes about food, about what to eat, how to support our bodies, and if it's necessary to be vegetarian or to eat a certain kind of foods when you're in a spiritual journey, or to support the spiritual journey. And for me, the answer is always do what your soul is telling you to do. Like really go deep into your heart, into your body, work with your body and with your soul. and really develop that practice of listening. What do you need? Do you need to sleep? Do you need to drink more water? Do you need to eat a particular food? So all is very, for me, it's very organic, and it really depends on the moment. And of course, building a discipline, if you find something that really works for you, that's also very important. And that's also very supportive of your structure. And the same thing with having a daily meditation practice. That's something that I wanted to talk about today because, I often mention it, but especially during these times of big shift and everything just, the planets going and these huge cosmic energies coming into the planet and everything kind of in this shift mode, it's very important to ground. And what grounds us the most is where we feel the most safe. So if there is a practice that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel at home, um, anything that you do, that you just do it and I know that this is super good for me. I know that if I go get this massage, I'm replenished. Or I know that if I, read this book, I'm going to feel so much better. Or I know that if I do this meditation, it will shift my energy. So whatever it is for you, to bring that into your daily life, and that will give you so much more energy, and that will allow you to integrate all of these shifts better. And it will also give you more momentum to build this new life. Because that's the way that I'm seeing this gate. It's basically like coming into this new cycle, probably like a 30-year cycle. I mean, there are so many cycles overlapping each other all the time, but for me, this is really the beginning of something very, 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 very special. And approximately it will last like 30 years. So we will see where we are in 30 years. Um, but so anything that you can do today to build that foundation of energy, to build that strong, beautiful, safe foundation for you, that is where I would focus my attention. That is where I would spend a little bit more time. Okay. Okay. And so, in that, if you guys, I don't know if you guys wrote your intentions, but if you want, I will give you just a couple of minutes, like 5 minutes, to write your intentions for this gateway. Because it's really like this birthing canal. I'm seeing it like when everything just gets so, so, so tight, so condensed, and then there's this moment where we just need to push through or just bring in more of the light, more of the love, which is what we're intending to do today. And giving you enough love, enough support, enough divine energy so that you make it through to the other side and that you start building on that other side with this new perspective and with this renewed hope. Because divine faith and divine hope, these are beautiful, beautiful qualities that we actually grow through our spiritual journeys. It's not like, we come into children have that actually. Even the great teachers, the great, great teachers, we all have our level of, skepticism. We all have our levels of insecurity, of doubts. We all have our human selves. We all have the conditioning of the human self. No matter where we were born, no matter the conditions, there's always something that we need to purify. So when we purify, we actually grow that faith and we grow that hope. And it is part of the mission, it is part of the process of becoming more spiritually grounded, to grow that faith and to grow that hope and to grow that relationship to the divine. It is not something that is just given, or that, people that are, for example, very intuitive or that have these clairvoyant abilities, it's not something that it is given to them either. Actually, many times when you're able to see a lot, you become more skeptical than others because you're afraid of what you're able to see. And this is something that happened to me partly. And I had no clarity whatsoever. It wasn't like, oh, I know everything. No, it was just like, okay, this is here. We need to grow in the light. And as we grow in the light, as we grow in our hope, our faith, as we build a strong spiritual foundation, as we learn who we are, that's when all of these gifts, all of these things that we have inside of us actually start to make sense. And that's when we're actually able to use them. Okay. Okay. So, if you have your intentions, or for those of you who just joined, um, you can write your intentions for this gateway of, how would you like, how do you see yourself in 2 and 3 years? Or how do you see yourself in 30 years? I know some people love to do those exercises. I personally don't really like to go so much into the future, but I do like to go into the feeling of how I want to feel. So if it's just a feeling, it doesn't have to be an image, it doesn't have to be anything um, defined. When we open so much, the more we open and we connect to the divine, and we allow our will to merge or to integrate into the divine will, by saying, you can just say, this is something that I do every day, and it's just, divine, I am a channel of your light. Guide me, take me to those places. Let me speak from you. Let me, serve you in all the ways that you need. And I'm here. I will be the conduit of that light. So you can become a very, very broad, like a broadcasting system of the divine. The more you do this, these intentions, the more you practice grounding that divine energy within you. And when we surrender our own individual wants and needs from a human, and we surrender them to the divine and say, well, divine, that's the way I talk now. I would love to have this, but if you have a greater plan for me, just show me the way, lead me there, guide me there, and please support me there. And in all ways in which I can understand in my human form how to get there. And you can even do this with your soul. You can ask your soul, your higher self, to guide you to the best outcomes for you, to the most divine outcomes for you, to leave you signs, symbols, to really guide your human self in a way that the human self cannot miss it, in a way that is so obvious that, no matter how, in what circumstances we are, that we're able to see and to know exactly. And because we're multidimensional beings, we're able to do this. we're able, from this physical dimension, we're able to connect to our soul in the higher dimensions. And because there is no time there, our soul can give us the wisest advice that there is, because our soul already knows our divine plan. It knows where we're going and why we're going through the things that we're going. So when you need answers, I would always recommend for you to just talk to your soul and let your soul talk back to you through your heart, through your connection to God. And the only thing you need to do is just relax and listen. And the answers may not come, right away, but they may come in the passing of days. They may come in dreams. They may come through people. Remember that God is in everything, and divine light, divinity, divine consciousness flows through everything. So it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're locked down in quarantine. It doesn't matter. Like, you could be in the most remote place in the world, and the messages would find you there. The messengers would find you there. That is the divine creation that we are living in. It's always there when it's meant to be there, and it's always there at the right time. So there is no need for us to, get concerned about the time, or to hurry, or to delay. The more we come into our soul and we do these practices and we tend to our light and we tend to our connection to the divine, that's when we're just making sure that we're actually following our divine rhythm, and that our divine rhythm is guiding us. Okay. Okay. Okay, darlings. Let me see here in the chat. Okay. Okay, dear. Yes, my ugly truth. We're going to do something. We're going to do something about that, just to clear those energies. And we're also going to hold this stance of, when we start to come into that place of unconditional love for ourselves and really grounding the energy of love within us. Sometimes there are many reactions, outside, and there are always, let's say, like trials, or there are always, or not always, but yeah, the majority of times there may be these flare-ups and these even resistance. And there may even be resistance in our own field to the light work that we're doing, to the grounding that we're doing of love. I see that all the time, and not just in my patients, but also, in my daily life. Thank you, darling. And it's not that it is our fault, or it's not that we're doing something wrong, but people are not always in the same frequency. And especially for the ones who are in a much lower frequency, it's very hard to even hold their energies when you come in with your, this higher energy. It feels like, kind of like, when the microphone has this like sound that just like a bleep, that the frequency is too high. That's kind of like the way that it feels to them. And sometimes it's also not even the people. We carry, as humans, we carry so many energetic fields. And part of this whole, virus thing that we're going through, for me, it's just another layer of purification of these fields and releasing a lot of the old, control, manipulation, and a lot of denser energies that have been part of our fields for so long. Because, we have ancient souls, and our souls have gone through so much. And especially, in this earth, we have had so much darkness, so much contrast, and we're only now starting to really bring in balance to these forces. So there's a lot for us to release at every level. So when this happens, when we're going through these processes, it is normal that some people are taking it differently and that everyone is in their own very unique world, process, vibration. So we're going to do something today as well to hold a lot of compassion and a lot of forgiveness for all the people who are going through a hard time, to ourselves, but also to everyone else in our lives, or even the people who aren't in our lives, but that we know that they're going through hardship, and even to the souls and all the beings, because there are many beings a part of, the human beings. So this is also one exercise that you can do always to send love and compassion and blessings without attachment, of course, just from your heart, and just asking the divine to be a channel of that divine light, and not worrying how it, what happens after that. You let that to the divine, let the divine take care of that. But know that wherever you shine love, wherever you bring love and healing, or wherever you bring in light, it will not go unseen. It is something that with which you actually build your inner sanctuary. You heal from within, and you heal the planet as well. Okay. Okay, love. So if everyone is ready, if you already have your intentions for this gate, why don't we go into the healing now, okay? Yes. Yes, Shay. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so can you, if you can, please drink a little bit of water. Okay, and sit down comfortably with your spine straight if you can. You can also lay down for this part, for the healing part. You can just receive. You may feel some sensations through your body. You may feel sleepy. You may feel like you want to drift off. That's fine as well. We're going to build a very beautiful, safe container for you so you're able to do that. Okay. So let's just start breathing in deeply. We're going to do 3 ohms together. Bring in the presence of your divine self, of your higher self, your teams of love and light, your angels, guardians, your ascended masters, your teachers. Oyamosho Eka Miakaria. Yama Asherana Koya. And we're bringing in also, we're receiving, I feel like this is a council of light. Oikimia Sha'aham Akariamba Deya Hayam. And Arcturian signatures, Tiam Yashoya. The high Arcturian and angelic beings, Piam Oshoya Parea Kanya Doria Amashya. And I'm starting to see these spirals coming in around you. So we're going to build this beautiful sphere, this beautiful turquoise sphere around you with a little bit of violet on the periphery and gold. And we're going to ask your guides, your higher self, to please set this beautiful divine container, protective sphere around you now, and to activate it, to start transmuting, receive and release light right now in this present moment. Yes, healing, Yako, and breathe in deeply. And we're also welcoming in all of your starlight origins, the starseed family, Yam Oyam. And we're starting protecting this circle with huge layers and layers of beautiful tonalities, and also adjusting in your particular sphere during this moment in time, to you, to your soul's evolution, to your healing, and to the development of your capacities, of your life. So just breathing in, allowing this configuration to take place. And we're opening up through these beautiful violet tones, lilac and pink, encircling you and starting to wash away all around your field, above and below, in front and behind, one side and to the other, just starting to wash away all the sorrow, and all of the karmic debris, all of the energy of the lessons learned, and all of these karmic configurations and patterns. And we're just out of our systems with divine grace, with divine ease, releasing all that no longer serves us into this divine stream of light, liquid light, and feeling the power of that waterfall just washing away. And we're also going to ask that this waterfall effect starts to wash away through the mind of the human, pituitary, hypothalamus, and all through the left side of the brain. All of the entrapment, everywhere the feminine has been kept locked and locked down, sealed from her true power, from her true divinity, from her true nature. Everywhere where she has been conditioned, I'm bringing this energy of the powerful divine goddess energy. Bring the sword, bring the shield. Even I see this like Joan of Arc, this archetype of energy. And we're bringing this energy through this beautiful violet tone. And it's like a very beautiful, silky fabric, very beautiful silk divinity, this reconciliation, this beauty into the core of your being, this power, restoring your power, restoring this notion that you don't have everything you need inside of you, and recalibrating through the womb space, recalibrating through all of the fertility, rebuilding these rivers of life within our to all the parts of our field. And the grandmothers are here, and they're bringing in the fire and the red and the orange tones, and the gold, rebuilding this sense of commemoration of the power, the original power that you hold as the divine feminine. There is no need to be hiding out your divine love, your divine compassion, your divine strength, your divine. So seeing into your feet, into the earth, how there is this beautiful garden growing around you. And this art that you have been harvesting. And this is all now ready to be birthed forward, to be birthed into this land. And they're bringing a beautiful white light body, releasing more of the old. And I'm feeling also to release a lot of the old stories of lineages. And this is also coming in through the divine and white. And the masculine is activating in turquoise. White, it's this beautiful like white flame. And it starts resolving. Resolving the ancient wars through all the spectrums of your being. And they're starting bring in more stability, peace, and divine masculine within you. Bring in this beautiful white flame into your heart to bring in this balance, this purity, where we are before, just a moment before creation, feeling the wind and inhaling, receiving the purity of this moment, of this calm. And it may feel a little bit emotional to some. It's just a big release. It's okay to release whatever is coming up. It's okay. Beashayam, beashayam ahi. Tamashareambashayaha. And deep clearing into the throat, starting to release all of the things that you ever believed about yourself, believed yourself to be, in any way that that version limited you in any way. We're releasing this. Any kind of self-imposed limitation, or any limitation that was imposed in our fields. We are now, as the divine feminine, divine masculine energies, releasing this out of our field, bring it back into the divine to be transmuted and healed and cleansed. And releasing all of the energies that aren't ours, all of the signatures that we were carrying for others, all of the past grief, pain, even pain of reincarnation, boyukum amarasha of past incarnations, choru musha baranasham oreaha. Releasing all of these scars to yasha, the samskaras, sho orumukha, sheran ahenam. And for all, there's usually one particular samskara that we're able to release. So we're asking there's this beautiful emerald green energy going into the heart, going into these wounds, and just bring in healing. Just bring in this beautiful tone, this medicine, for this to be cleansed and sealed out, repaired in your field, and brought back to perfect divine blueprint design. Okay, we're releasing also through the neck and through the spinal column for many. Releasing down and out. Odo Musho Baryaka. Baryaka. Through the three channels, the three central channels. Tere Meha Baryaka. Releasing through the feminine, the masculine, and the divine perception. Purya Shabaraha. And bring in this threefold flame to activate at the heart, through the mind, through the third eye, activating at the crown and the heart and the base of your spine, through the 8 original cells. And we're just cleansing for each one of you through your divine blueprint and design for what you need right now. Cleansing out this, releasing this weight, releasing this heaviness, releasing this doubt, fear, skepticism off of your grids, off of your field, the self-doubt, the self-hate, the self-sabotage, and all of these programs that are not integral, that are not divine, that are not of your true source being. Shem Ahaya Tearabairashaya. And always expanding more and more. Whenever there's upheaval, grow bigger, grow in your love, grow in your light, and go to that higher perspective where you're safe, where you're protected and supported by the light and by the awareness of the light. Very beautiful. And they're just activating your crowns. And we're going to see into this gateway. And we can see it as a beautiful circular rainbow. Boyabasha Reambahakya Deranaha Ea Rasha Ea Nasha Tori E Namashekya. And we're just grounding on the earth. And we start to feel the rain pouring over our bodies. It's a beautiful light rain. We can see the sun as well, shining through. And we can see this beautiful circular rainbow before us and around us. And we're going to set our intentions for how we wish to feel, to see, how we wish to perhaps to align with the divine path, with our own divine path, with our own divinity, and any other intention that you may have. And we're just going to place it there, allowing the rainbow to contain this beautiful intention. And we're going to ask all of our teachers, our spiritual guides, our guardians, our higher self, our angels, to assist us in bringing in all of the codes, all of the energetic information, all of the sacred geometries, all of the energies, the tones, the colors, the frequencies, the harmonics, all of the tones that we need right now to be supported, divinely guided into our highest destiny, divinely activated from our core all the way up to our higher self, to our divine light I am, activating through each cell of our body, through each organ of our body, activating as the one through all elements in the perfect way for us, following our perfect, our original blueprint, our design, our flame, our uniqueness of being, and adjusting all of these beautiful codes and energies, frequencies in the proper proportion for our fields, for us to step into this gateway now, for us to come in, be purified by this beautiful rainbow, this beautiful activation of love, and coming in through to the other side, to the divinity of love, the divinity of our own awareness, of our own light, of our own being, of us as divine creation, as the divine masters that are grounding and creating the new ways, the new configurations through time and space. We're building the rainbow bridges, the bridges into the higher dimensions, to new ways of being with love, in reverence, in sweetness, in kindness, in healing, in divinity, in patience, in abundance, in prosperity, in trust, in faith, in divine knowing, in divine freedom, and divine independence, and divine potentiality, and divine trust that all which our fields present is exactly what is meant to come into our fields. And grounding in that knowledge through this beautiful blue sapphire tone, activating this blue sapphire diamond at the level of the pineal gland. Shema hokaria bashera hakyandera nahiaki, cleansing boya masheya hyakyania nashoya tere maya, and receiving this beautiful rainbow crown at the top of your head. And this crown is spinning. It's just activating to your divine self, to your divine lineages, to your divine healing, to your divine ancestry, connecting to your ancestors of the light and building forward. Pare masha bera heaki shia yahine haine mahe haine mahe, and grounding all through the heart. Breathing in deeply. Be mashera mashe. Seeing how this beautiful blue, yellow, and pink tone are grounding through your body and into the core of Mother Earth. Seeing the beautiful rainbow shining and spinning at the top of your head for as long as it's necessary to remind you always of your divine origin, your divine love, your divine freedom, and your divine mission. And that it is all as it is should be. It is all as one. It is all in divine perfection. Everything, including yourself, is where it should be. And all is perfect. Beya mahire mashiya kyare. All is perfect as one. Paide mashikya. And as the one we rise. Pa mirashe. And as the one we shine. Po ikeya. And as the one we are love. Po kinema kyare kyane. And as the one we serve. Divinity. And we're honored and thankful to be able to serve you. And we thank you for serving in this way. It is done, it is done. And so it is. And breathing in deeply. If you wish, you can remain there. You can continue in your meditation and your healing. You will continue to receive the blessings on anchoring them through. Or if you want, you can come back very slowly Taking a deep breath in through your heart. Bring in your awareness back into your body. And you can put your hands on your heart and feel your heart, feel the joy, feel the love, feel this activation. Feel how your heart is beating and vibrating this beautiful energy. And if you wish, you can bow down to yourself. For doing this practice, for receiving. And everyone, all the angels, the guides are in deep gratitude. And they're also bowing to all of us, to all of you who are here, now or in the future. And we thank you for being here, and for going on this journey, and for grounding your light. Thank you. Okay, so I hope everyone is feeling well. I hope this brought some stability and clarity to your field. And I hope this continues to support you through these coming days, all through tomorrow, the day after, and this week. You can do this meditation again as long as you want to, as much as you feel supported by it. And it will continue to help you anchor these beautiful grids. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful solstice tomorrow. I hope you celebrate. If you can, meditation is really good. Going out in nature, just doing something beautiful for yourself, to celebrate you, to celebrate creation. And I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for being here, for being part of this, and for doing all of this work with me. I know we have been working a lot lately, but thank you. Thank you. Oh, and I wanted to share with you this link, which is something that you guys might find interesting. Oh, I love you too, Shay. So much love. Oh, hi, dear Barbara. Hi, dear Hannah. Many blessings and hugs and kisses to everyone. Thank you, TP. Thank you so much. I'm so honored. I love the pair. So I'm going to share this link. It's just a link where you can actually look up your energetic signature. And so you can look up what is your kind of like galactic signature, energetic signature, depending on your birthday. But I find that is always something beautiful to do, to get to know more parts of us, of our energies. And I don't know, I thought you guys might enjoy to do that tomorrow. So yes, I think that's it. Oh, and we're going to start the self-love course on Monday. So the day after tomorrow. So for the ones of you who want to join me there, um, today and tomorrow are the last um, days to book the healing course, because I think like 24 hours it closes. So if you guys want to join me there for 2 weeks, we're going to do something similar to this, but every other day during 2 weeks, and doing a lot of healing. And you will receive guided meditations from me, live teachings, Q&As, and a lot of stuff. So anyone who feels like they would need, or they would like to receive some more support, you're welcome to join me there. Okay. And the links for that are down below. Wonderful. Oh, thank you, Christine. Thank you so much, Shay. Thank you, Jessica. Hi. Thank you, Renee. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I'm so honored. Oh, darling. Well, you can watch it now again. It will be up. Okay. Okay, so I don't want to keep you guys much longer. Oh, just before I go, yeah, well, I will be doing these lives more often. I think I will start to do them every Saturday. So, for those of you who aren't able to join the courses or the sessions, but you feel like you need more support, we can start to build this kind of like support here also. So we'll see how that goes, okay? But I will let you know in the community or in the newsletter and so on. So thank you so much. And I also wanted to thank everybody who left testimonies. I just put them up on my website. So I haven't put all of them, but I'm starting slow, but we're getting there. Okay, so thank you so much. And I send you so many blessings for tomorrow. Be safe and enjoy it. Okay. Much love to everyone. And I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.